Hi, everybody. It's Dr. V giving the overview for week number 6. This very video will be posted right here at the top of the weekly work. When you click on week number 6, you're going to see some familiar looking items in here and maybe a couple extra because I have some things sitting here in my view that you won't see. There, this is actually what you're going to see. It's going to look like this. You're going to have part 1 lessons, part 2 lessons, part 3 assignments that are due. So the part 1 lessons are repeated. So there's nothing new in there, but I like to copy lessons over week to week to save you the time of going backwards and finding things. I also do this because I know that there's a good chance that you might not do everything every week. But trust me when I tell you, you need to look at all the different lessons to write this paper. So I repeated the lessons from last week. You also might need to review them in order to do the journal. So I have a tip here before going into this folder for everybody to look at, which is look at the journal now before doing any of the lessons at all. So you know where you're going. That's just a good trick for being a student in general. I'm not going to open this folder because it is a repeat of what you've already done or should have done. And so now I'm going to go into part 2. These are the new lessons for week number 6. They build on what started last week. I'm going to open up that folder. There are 3 readings in here. The first is the longest. The first reading is the one that is in perusal. So you'll see here that I have a note at the top that the reading is in perusal. I actually put the extended information about that reading in the assignments section, which is part 3. See, we're in part 2 right here. So part 3 has the assignments in it. It's a typical pattern we've been doing, perusal and journal. So to go find that actual reading, and there's a little short, I think it's like 5 minutes lecture that goes with it. You're going to go to perusal. You could do the readings in any order. If you want to do these first before going to the perusal, that's fine. I do want to just remind everybody in the class, it's best to go into perusal over the course of a week and not all in one day. That's how it becomes social. You can leave me messages and I can leave them for you. The readings here that are in addition to perusal are very short. I have them embedded here, but you can also use the links I provide if you want to make it larger and also keep your own copy. Underneath that, there's an 11-minute video lecture that pairs with these readings. I strongly recommend you not skip anything because these go directly with the journal and the journal leads directly to the paper. I'm going to head out of this folder and go into the part 3, which is the assignment folder for this week. I do need to update the date here. I haven't done that. Why not leave it in here? See, revision is something we all do all the time. Now, as I'm putting this in here, that this is due by the end of the day on Thursday, the 17th, you might know by now that I set that Blackboard timer for Friday mornings at 6 a.m. because to me, I wouldn't be thinking of the middle of the night after a Thursday that it was something that was due on Friday. Hold on, I'm like not making sense. Let me try that again. To me, if I stay up past midnight and it's Thursday, it's still Thursday to me. It's not Friday morning. But as far as Blackboard is concerned, well, like any clock, once you get past 12 midnight, then it's the next day. So I have to force the timer to say Friday, 6 a.m. That was long for something that shouldn't have been that long, but okay. Now, what else is in this folder? Or what is in the folder? The perusal instructions. By now, you know how to get there. You know where it is. You also know that I'm slow putting in the information for that, and I need to get off the journals for a minute and do that because I spend so much time grading the journals that sometimes I get behind in the perusals and typing it in. I do look at them though during the week because I really like your comments. This little video, it's 5 minutes, it goes with the perusal reading. So I recommend that you do both before you go do the perusal activity, because I think it just makes more sense if you do the video too. And then you can see at the bottom the journal. Now, I've got some stuff that I pulled over here again because I keep getting journals that my students are loading using these tools. The problem is when you use these tools on Blackboard, you cause trouble without maybe realizing it for getting good feedback from me. Blackboard's going to convert anything you post using these into a Word document that lives inside of Blackboard. So I can't actually get into the Google Doc. I want to. I can give you faster and better feedback in Google Docs than I can because in Blackboard, because the tools in Blackboard, they are not very good. So to make Blackboard serve it to me as a Google Doc, you need to do the share in your Google Doc and then paste in the link like this. And then when I open Blackboard, I get the link to your Google Doc. Now, at this point in the semester, I feel like I shouldn't have to keep repeating this. So I'm putting a penalty on it this week. You will go down a letter grade if you don't put it in Blackboard properly. You're slowing me down and you're making me give you worse feedback if you're not following these instructions. So let's all get on board with the instructions so that everything works in a better and more efficient way. Okay, I'm going to go over the journal. I'm going to add that video underneath here to explain it. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with. Thanks for watching.